Welcome back to Black Girls Do Reviews. We are back for another episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Woo! How you feeling this week? How's it going? New episode.
Man, it's been a long week, man. But we here. True, we here.
That's all we got. We got a new president
Uh,
this week.
next topic. You're done. You're done. You're
Okay,
done.
just saying, just call it the elephant in the room. We do got a new president, y'all. Um, we're gonna move on. So, of course, we're back with a new TikTok back. Sorry.
Chick, that was a whirlwind of 24 hours, bro. Like the prep. Can I speak? The preparation for the end. You text me. Kendra text me, y'all. She was like, I can't like nothing. I'm over here like, oh, let me see. My likes wasn't going through. I was like, let me go in the comments. Comments wasn't loaded. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep scrolling. And then I couldn't scroll anymore. Bro, like coming back from that over the weekend was really crazy.
That
Really
was so
crazy.
dramatic. It was the most, especially texting, like, it's still working for you. No, it's not working for me. Like, oh, that was going through. But then when it came back, even that was dramatic because I texted you and I'm like, TikTok back. And you didn't answer me. I'm like,
Yes.
hello.
What the heck?
And I'm not usually a caller, but when I'm calling, where are you at? What are you doing?
Crazy because I was dead getting my lashes done. Girl can't see. I literally like I felt the phone vibrating. I do this all the time to my lash tech. I'm like, who's calling? She's like, Kendra. I'm like, hello? Ray Charles answering the phone.
Okay. I was like, I'm not. And I always check your location. I mean, you know how we do.
Yes.
I checked your location because I'm like, where's she at? Like, hello. And I see you not home. So I'm like, I don't care though. Like you're you're not answering and TikTok is back. So hello. But
We dead could have been in church, anything.
I don't. TikTok is okay. Okay. I was in church still trying to refresh. I'm like,
No, for real, because I kept opening up that app and I kept like trying to see. It kept replaying that one TikTok, and I was pissed too. I think that was the thing that pissed me off the most. Is like the last TikTok I got stuck with was a freaking TikTok about frying steak, cooking steak, bro. I was so pissed. I was like, "This really the last one I'ma see?"
you know what my last one was? It was somebody doing like, that sound. I guess I'll get some sleep. I was like, accurate, accurate. Yep, that's it. And I was just like, please, please. So then I went crazy for real. Because you couldn't keep scrolling to see the next video, but you could go back to ones you already saw. So I
Yeah.
went the opposite way, like, oh, okay. Like this is all I got left. We back though. TikTok back. I feel like
Yeah.
the jokes are funnier. I don't know what it is, but it's hitting a little different these days. So it feels good to be back on TikTok. Have that back and leave it alone. Touch it no more. Yeah.
No. And don't think that just because you brought this back, let me just for the coons, okay? Because I'm in my Dr. Umar, okay?
Period.
For the coons, because I thought he gave y'all some money with the stimulus check. He didn't do this with like, oh yeah, I want to do. He did this because he wants to hold it against you. Let's
Yeah.
use our minds. Let's unlock the ancestral powers up in there. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. We must stay focused. Like literally. We couldn't convince y'all that them stimmies was not from him. But please let us convince you that this was not him. Okay. He wasn't even president when it came back, like technically. So, okay, friends. Let's get it together.
Thank you.
So with that being said, let's get into our reviews of the Real Housewives. We have Potomac and Salt Lake City. Both nearing the end. I know we have like several more weeks, but tell us if we should be reviewing some other things. Like, what if we should get in other shows and stuff like that while these are wrapping up? But with that being said, where do you want to start? RHOP, SLC?
Um, I don't know if it was just because I'm a tired girl. I don't know if it's like I don't know what was going on with me. I had a very long week, but both of the shows were a doozy for me. Even on the rewatch, because I watched the shows twice, so it's like it was really like a doozy. Like I really had to force myself to like pay attention. So with that, I'd rather get the most boring one over with first, which is Potomac. I feel like I
Ooh.
at least can go to court on Salt Lake City today.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. I was like in suspense, like which one you gonna say? Yes, correct. Correct. Um, so if you want to get it, you can get it started. Tell us where to start.
Okay, so we just start off with Ashley prepping for a drag show. She wants to be a drag king. First of all, first time learning about that.
Yeah, same.
I
Same.
did not know that was a thing. And then I was like, you want to be a drag king for your mortgage payments? Like, what are we doing here? Like,
Mortgages is high. Okay. Mortgages are very high.
is this like to pay your bills? Is this for shits and giggles?
How far are we taking this? I feel like that's the question you're trying to ask. Like, what are we doing? I've never really understood Ashley as the entertainer, as she's been like trying to pursue that. Because what are you doing? Like when she was, what season was it? When she was trying to like take shows and do stuff like that. It was like, what? So I also
It,
am. Go ahead.
no, you go.
I was gonna say I've been a RuPaul's Drag Race fan. Like I used to watch that show like really religiously. Then I fell
Oh
off.
wow. I didn't know that
It
about
had like 10,000 seasons, and I cannot. Um,
you.
but now I'm. But in all my years of watching that, I never heard of drag kings. Like they ain't never have no episode where they like brought some on. I ain't never heard of it.
And like, I don't know if what I'm about to say might get me canceled, but I just feel like like that doesn't feel equal. Like it doesn't feel equal to have a drag king. Like you can't just be coming out the woodworks like drag kings. Like I don't know. I feel like
You taking their stuff? Like,
yeah, why you taking it? It feels like colonizing.
okay. It feels like gentrification. Like, it's like, yeah, definitely. I don't get it. And maybe that's why it's not as popular because it's like, okay, I don't know. I don't know. It's maybe it's somebody gonna write a think piece about it and let us know why we don't like it. But I still don't get the angle of Ashley and entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't
I
get
think Ashley's one of those people who like her mom told her like you can be anything you want to be in this world and she really like took that and ran with it.
and she should stop. And at this point, like
And then the name is A Top. Ash ton of pussy.
I just you gotta give a moment of silence for it because Ashley, please. I've had enough. I've had enough. Where Uncle Buck at? Uncle Buck.
Uncle Lump.
That Uncle. Please.
We didn't even get to see her show. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see her show next episode. And I feel like Uncle Lump is gonna say something. I feel like Uncle Lump just be shaking his head at that girl for real.
Have you
I
thought about this? I feel like that's always his question. Are you thinking? So we need him to come out real quick because this don't make no sense. I don't get it.
And I'm just gonna quote myself. I don't like to see this part of my housewives. I don't want to see this. Like, this is just like, it's like if Karen decides to take up knitting one day. Like, okay, I guess go crazy. And we good. I don't
We
need to.
good. We good.
Yeah.
And I think Ashley's like not even like I just don't care to see you pursue this. Like I
Yeah.
think I think about, was it Erica Jane on Beverly Hills was like doing some kind of entertainment thing where like she was in a show or something like that, and you were kind of watching her prepare for it. I think that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Ashley, you don't try to be too many things. I'm over it. You
Mm.
sang this season. You done did a lot of stuff. I'm tired.
Hmm.
Um, so then
So,
the go ahead.
so then we got Giselle and Wendy going to visit Kay at work. Kay gives Giselle a tour. We could tell the producers have nothing in their repertoire to show us because they gave us 2 minutes of Wendy calling AAA for
Thanks.
which why are we looking at this, y'all? Like, let's be so for real. Like, let's
And maybe like a cute little quick moment, like, oh, she doesn't, she's so rich, she doesn't know about changing her tire. But that was a long segment. Like that was a good minute. Like you said, 2 minutes of watching that. And I didn't like the black accent, even though she is black, but like the extra accent that Wendy was
right.
doing.
It was like an and it was I felt like if I was the rep on the phone, I would have been like, yeah, calm down for me.
Like I don't understand what you're saying, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. Like that's ma'am,
Damn, this is a Wendy's.
ma'am. I really don't have time. Okay. That's what that I get. It was just weird. It was like a flat tire expired. What is you doing? Is you cool? For real, for real. Like it just felt weird to me. And I'm like, it's not a black scent because she is black, but it was just, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So very weird. Um, so they finally Wendy gets inside and they all sit down and talk. Is it feeling late in the season for us to be having these moments with Kay?
It is feeling late, but it's also feeling like
Well,
I don't know. Maybe it's just my mood this week. I don't know, but I just wasn't moved. I wasn't moved. Like the whole conversation was about Greg not wanting her to hyphenate her name and just straight up taking his last name, which I just feel like I know that a lot of women have their opinions about men wanting a woman to take his last name or whatever the case may be. Me personally, I feel like it's my name. I need to feel comfortable in what my name is. And so I really don't care what you say. Um, I know for me, I want to hyphenate my last name no matter who I marry. So, do you want to take your man's last name?
I do. I do. I
What?
do. I don't feel strongly connected to my last name, honestly. And this is like some stuff exclusive, or like stuff I revealed in therapy. But like, I think because I haven't had like a strong relationship with my dad, especially like early on in my life, and we reconciled recently. But like, for that reason, I don't really feel strongly about my last name. Like, I think there's a certain pride that people have in their names, and I'm proud of Kendra and Kendra Stacy and all of that. But like my last name, it can go. No shade, no tea. And then I like being like team whatever, like one name team or whatever. But even though with the hyphen, like that's still y'all's team name. I don't know. It's just my
Mm-hmm.
it's always gonna be a woman's personal decision, I feel like.
Yeah.
So even though I am taking my would like to take my husband's last name, I still don't think that's like a yeah, you better, or like implied, or like I had to. Like it still was a choice. It's just this choice.
Right. And I feel like if a man, I don't know, sometimes I'm a little bit extreme, but I do feel like if a man doesn't agree with you on something like that, then I just feel like he's not the one. Like if a man's supposed to tell me like, oh, yeah, you better take my last name. In my mind, I'm like, well, when is the expiration date on this one?
Like, yeah, that's well, you can have it, keep it, love you, gotta go. That's what I feel about this conversation that Kay is having. It's still weird for me because y'all are building a house together. Have y'all had these conversations? Like you are expecting that he proposes to you by your next anniversary, I think, or whatever she said before her next anniversary, whatever. It still kind of seems like y'all are dating and figuring each other out if you
Yeah.
even like each other for real. And
Yeah.
that's weird for me for somebody, again, to be building a house with someone. That's a big commitment.
Like name on a deed.
Okay, got stuff tied up with the bank. Like, so I think that's why it feels a little weird when they're having a conversation because it's like you are y'all good? Like are y'all like is this strong or not? It's weird to me. So good luck, Kay. Good luck.
Um, then we see the girls also start some. I feel like they're starting rumors or maybe just bringing the facts to light that Karen is losing a lot of weight and they are concerned. Like, I don't know. I just would have like appreciated a bit more if they would have been like, so I think Karen on Ozempic. Like, I don't know, just come right out the bat with it. Like, but they was like, is it the case? Is it Ozempic? Like they were like trying to figure it out. And I just felt like either which way, like it's okay. Like, who isn't on Ozempic?
Facts.
And if it is the case, like, did you see those videos?
Like I think so much. So this is gonna come up on SLC for me too. Like y'all be bringing stuff up and like what? Like it's just like I don't I don't get what reaction y'all want us to have. Like you said, like Ozempic is so it's commercials for Ozempic now.
Not
Like,
on it.
like get you some. It's pretty much the thing now. Like, what are you talking about? Heather's whole thing on SLC is like she's different now because she's been on Ozempic.
Right.
Like,
If she looked real different.
okay, so it's like y'all, we don't care. Everybody on that Zim Zim, like it is what it is. So that was weird. And then it's like, okay, if she is losing a lot of weight because of her case, like, okay, so by this time they haven't seen the videos, like the videos came public to us, blah blah blah. But like, if you were fighting a court case, like, yeah, okay, so she's losing weight because she's fighting a court case. Like, now what? What do
Oh,
y'all
bring
do?
her some meals if y'all hungry. What the
Hey,
hungry? What the fuck?
like, they just try to make anything stick, it feels like. So back to your point of the producers don't have nothing in their repertoire. It's like, yeah, try this. Try that. I don't know. We got nothing, guys. Let's try
Like, that's serious.
Karen Skinny. Go with that. But I feel like Karen was never big
Thick.
and like,
She
yeah,
is a thick woman, and she literally said it. So she's like, I'm 142 pounds. I'm like, sounds about right.
like, okay, cool. Like I don't, it just wasn't dramatic enough. Now, when Katie, this is real RHOP that's been locked in from the beginning. When Katie first came on the scene and then that time she went away and then she came back, that was scary. Now, that weight loss was scary and y'all could have had this conversation. But this one is not, again, like what?
Yeah.
All right.
Next.
So the scene,
Next.
I liked the scene with G and Ray. I felt like get now honestly make them housewives. No shade, no shade, no shade, but like get them like get them in the cast for real because they had it.
Oh, yes, uncles. Come on. Come on.
Come
Come
on,
on. Yes, I love this. Oh my God.
they were good. I loved it. I was like, okay, this is a scene. This is a scene. We love this. Even
I was really locked in for their scene.
like from the Ray had to pray before they could eat. I'm like, okay, okay.
Yeah, I was listening to the menu. I'm like, oh yeah, that do sound good. Yeah, I do want some cornbread. Yeah.
At the end, when they like, oh, do you have banana pudding? We do. I'm like, okay. I think the other one was like, "Do you have peach cobbler?" We do. I'm like, hey, tuned in, okay, locked in on everything on that scene. So then I think Ray, I gotta give Ray like MVP. Ask the right questions. Knew when to follow up. Had like we gonna okay. So Karen tells me that said like let's get to it. Clear some stuff up for us and make it make sense. Okay, and then acting like or maybe he wasn't acting, but saying he don't know Ink name when he was like Mia. Like she was like, what did he say? He was with some guy or da da da.
Yeah,
He
I
was
think his name is Think. I think that's what he said.
right. You just met him at Wendy birthday party. Like, he was with some guy, Okay, right. But Bray might not know for real because for
Yeah,
real. But
older. Yeah.
it still was funny, like act like you don't know him.
Oh
Um,
God.
where can we start on that? Them two chatting it up.
Yeah, so G started by asking about how Karen was doing. And Ray cracked me up because he said Karen thinks she'll be exonerated. It was like I just feel like his wording was so perfect. It's not like Karen will likely be exonerated. It's Karen thinks she'll be exonerated. He was there that night. He knew.
Okay.
He knew what she had going on. But also decided to put that little. She got a new car already though, because we don't play those things around here. We know.
Okay. Drop the money bag. Okay. Period. And I think he made the good call out. Like she wasn't hurt. She didn't hurt anybody. That's what's most important. I'm like, yeah, that's that's exactly right. Anything else, like you said, her thinking she getting exonerated, like
Crazy tale. So
nobody got hurt. Amen. Like, that's
crazy tale stuff.
crazy. And I think that's the funny part too, though, is like Ray probably, well, maybe he's do you think he saw the videos by the time that he was sitting at dinner? Because he wouldn't have saw her in the car with the police officer talking about being Thomas Jefferson's concubine.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't know what she was like when she was back at the police station. And those were some of the funny not funny, sorry. But like
It
some
was,
of the videos that we saw. So like I wonder if Ray saw those videos. He did see her, of course, but
yeah. I don't know, but also Ray gives me like he's the type of guy that's just like, I'ma love you no matter what, man. Like, you could be crazy today and sane tomorrow, and I'ma still love you. He gives me that kind of guy. Like,
Ray want to move to Florida, okay?
leave him alone.
Okay, Ray is over it. He like, I mean, she gonna do what she's gonna do. Like she's whatever. He please let that man move to Florida. Leave. Um. Okay, so that was good. So then they start talking about co-parenting.
And G says that it's going well. He says it's going well. He said he had them kids for 25 out of the 30 days in June. Where was Mia? I don't know. I don't know. And then Ray brings up Panama. Messy. Okay.
Period.
Messy boots.
Clocked in though. Clocked in, but
But G said that he didn't want did he say he thinks that Ink was gonna be with the kids? He thought Ink was gonna be with his kids, and he don't like just Ink being around the kids with the whole Panama situation, and
I
that's
think
why.
he was mixing two stories together.
Okay.
So I think he was saying something around like the only time he's done that is when he thought Ink was going to be around the kids or something like that, like picked them up or took them somewhere.
Mhm. Okay.
That's what I think he was mixing those two stories together. And then when Ray repeated it back to Karen, he also was like, "Oh yeah, he did that because Ink might see the kids or something like that." I don't get the sense. I thought it was two stories meshed together. Is how I took it
Okay.
because I
Okay.
think G was trying to explain how sometimes he'll like have to pick them up or do something
Yeah.
extreme. Did you see Mia posted screenshots of her text messages with Gordon during Panama?
You sent it to me, and then I had started watching it, and I feel like something happened when I was watching it, and I
Not
never,
bad.
yeah.
So if you read the screenshots from Mia, I think she thinks she's dropping receipts on us. And it really feels like you're a liar. So in her text messages to G about Panama, he's
Mhm.
asking her like where the kid's gonna be. Can I have the number for the nanny? I don't feel comfortable with somebody having my kids and I don't have their phone number. I also don't have, I think he said he doesn't have Jacqueline's address or her phone number or something like that. And then Mia responds, but I feel like people sometimes screenshots be getting on my nerves because if you know, like I'm typing this a certain way because I'm gonna screenshot it. I feel like
Mhm.
that's what we saw because she was writing in like perfect paragraphs and like a corporate email, and it's like,
Girl,
girl,
wow.
yeah, you knew you was gonna screenshot that and send it to us, so you put your best text forward. And in her response, she's like, I trust Jacqueline's referral for the nanny. They're gonna be with the girls or something. And I'm a solution based or something she was kind of alluding to, but it seems like she made the plans for the kids to be with this nanny person while she was in Panama, not that he dropped them off there, which
Mhm.
was the story she told when she was on the trip. And he seemed to be upset that she was making all these plans for where the kids were going to go while she was out of town without him.
Mhm.
That's where he seemed to be upset. And then he also made reference to like, I'm gonna pick them up. And she was like, don't you have a doctor's appointment? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna bring them to the appointment. So it's just like a weird text exchange, but I don't think it was like the like explosion moment that Mia thought it was gonna be where we were gonna be like, exactly, we knew it. Got you, G. Um,
Mhm.
the text message didn't even sound like unhinged. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's very like, where are my kids gonna be? I don't feel comfortable not having people's phone numbers. Why would you plan all this without me?
Mhm.
So I was a little disappointed with that text and felt like, again, Mia, just get off the screen. Just go. Just go.
I can't stand her. You know I can't stand her.
Yeah.
Um, but then they also bring up the paternity
Mm-hmm.
of the child, as G said, you don't need the mother.
G don't mess around.
I got a test. You don't need the mother. And he's the dad. And we knew that.
And we knew that. That boy looked just like his daddy. Okay. Okay.
And we knew that.
How do you
Uh,
feel about Mia like withholding that?
it's so funny because I literally said it's so ironic that Mia really kept that little piece of information to herself, boy. She just wanted to keep that right up in her back pocket. And it's just, to me, it goes to the whole back to what we were saying a few episodes. Maybe this is even in the beginning. Like, you're literally using your children for a check, bro. Like, your kids have to grow up and walk in this earth as conscious teenagers, conscious adults, and remember the fact that their mom went on national TV and tried to say like their dad wasn't their dad. That's crazy to me. And it's not okay. Like, I know times are hard, but there is government systems.
Like, okay, say it again. There are what?
Maybe not for long, but there are some systems, okay?
Yes. I
God.
think I think so. I've heard people like kind of defending in the comments, like the whole paternity thing. Like G brought it up. It wasn't even Mia that brought it up. G brought it to the forefront. At the same time, Mia condoned them using that as a storyline.
Yeah,
Like I feel like with you, there is a line you could tell producers not happening. Like y'all not getting that. And what are they gonna do to you?
right.
They just can't get it. My case in point, like my example person, I would say, is Dr. Heavenly on Married to Medicine. It seems very clear what she will and will not talk about.
Yeah.
What she will badmouth anybody on the show. She will give y'all TV worth watching. But if you think y'all gonna come in her marriage and like,
Mhm.
no, y'all only get but so much. Damon gonna show up to the events. That's all y'all getting.
Yep. And that's the facts too, because even Contessa tried to put out that rumor that there's a light skinned baby with the last name Kimes. We ain't heard nothing about that since then. Not
Not
a
nothing.
like
Nothing.
that girl mouth.
Not nothing. Okay. It was literally like she said it in okay, whatever, girl. Like we was focused more on the your mama thing and we didn't really care about that. So yeah, that that she makes it clear you're not gonna get that. So I think Mia could have did the same thing. Like, we went too far. Like, that's not happening. Yeah, G might have blurted it out, but we're not going there. I'm not gonna let y'all have that about my kid. But she wanna use them for the storyline. And she knows she is. That's the part that's sickening. Um, so yeah.
Yeah.
Did I miss the part? You said you asked the question, is Uncle Ray confirming Karen cheated? What I miss?
Oh, because G has said this is a guy, he had the paternity because this is a guy who has had multiple affairs with his wife. That's what he said. And Ray says, "Oh yeah, when Raven was born, Karen said, "Oh, blue eyes and brown eyes running my family or something like that." He's like, "Girl, I ain't never seen no blue eyes running your family." Like, oh shit. I'm like, wait a second, are we making a connection? Did Uncle Ray just say that Karen has cheated?
That's a good point. I was just kikiing and enjoying it. I ain't even like, hold on, like I missed the clue. I'm like, blue eyes and his family. Dang, my dumb self. So you know what? He seemed like he trying to relate the two stories. Like, yo, I know what you're
It
saying.
sounded like, because in my mind, I'm like, why would you bring up Raven having different color eyes and paternity? Like, this don't feel like the time. But okay.
You're not supposed to be agreeing with him. Like, hold up. But Raven looked just like him anyway. So what he
Yeah,
talking about?
when
So go ahead on, Ray. Um, yeah. What
yeah.
else we got?
Um, and yeah, they're not even really getting divorced. G says that he told her we should just do post-marital counseling because what's the point? And get a divorce, which facts. And I mean, like, did she even file? Did she file?
If we ever saw that, I don't. I don't remember. That's a good question. Because I know. Well, now she's reconciling with G, but I don't remember anybody saying anything about like their official paperwork.
She announced their separation September 2023. Apparently she did file for divorce,
Okay.
but they back together anyway, so it don't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And I
and
think
next.
exactly. It's cheaper to keep her wherever they came up with. That's the reason why they staying together because that it ain't working. I think Mia seeing nobody was buying your relationship with Ink. Like you wasn't about to take off with that new relationship. So it's like, ooh, change plans, change plans, change plans.
Yeah.
Everybody, see, gotta go over there, gotta go. And it's like, now we
It's
want
just
everybody.
like the timing is so impeccable, Mia. Seriously, like, do you think that we as viewers are dumb? Like, you wait until the new year to post this picture with you and Gordon talking about y'all back together or whatever, you and Ink are done. And then also at the same time, the season is about to end.
Exactly.
Girl, sit
You
down.
know, at this point, we're more experienced real housewivers than you are. So, girl, we know how all this go. Like, you're not doing nothing. We get it. We know the beast, and you're not even the best at it because the things you're doing are so obvious, and we hate them. We don't like the stories you're choosing. None of it. I really want her off the screen. They're gonna keep her, pretty sure, but
Yeah, they are.
I'm over it.
They are. Then we got Stacy meeting with a black lawyer. Okay, where Stacy feels like she needs a lawyer based off of the mediation and how it went. And she tells the lawyer she is waiving child support, but she wants to request alimony. And the lawyer is like, "Is you good?"
You, you must have slipped and bumped your head.
What she really wanted to say, bitch, are you dumb?
Like, pretty much like, come again and say what? Like, come again and say what? Like, what, girl? What? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, and I just felt like the lawyer was raising excellent points, and I just feel like Stacey is so naive, and I think it's interesting too because I don't remember who it was. Giselle, it was Giselle and somebody else who sat down with Stacey before she went into her mediation and
Mhm.
told her like just beware of all of the stuff that might happen. Went into there saying, "No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine." Wasn't fine. Now you have somebody else telling you like beware of how this may go, and you're sitting here talking about some, "No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine." You won't be fine. Exactly the scenario that lady said. I feel like it will happen.
Yes.
His new wife gonna come into the picture. She
Mhm.
gonna say, "I actually don't want you paying for that girl's anything, and you gonna be on your HGTV QVC salary trying to pay for Arabella's whatever."
Yeah, that's stupid. It should be child support. That's gonna be the child always. So keep taking care of the child, and you use your HGTV, QVC, PWP, whatever website thing you on to pay your own bills or whatever. But or like you said, try to get it all. What are we doing here? Just go for it all. Shoot for the stars. Land on the moon or whatever. Shoot for the moon, land on the stars. Something like that. Yeah. Do that, Stacey. More power to you.
Right, right.
Um, I was gonna skip Giselle taking her girl shopping. No shade. I
That's
love
fine.
Giselle with her girls, but
It was boring. It was like,
exactly. Um, TJ and Stacy having lunch.
yes.
I feel like Stacy was like a gangster almost. Like it felt very like different attitude, and I was kind of liking it, but then it was like,
It
so
was just more question marks for me. And
mm,
I was just like, I do agree. Like Stacy really like stood on boundaries, but I was just like, this is confused. What the fuck is going on here? That's how I genuinely felt because she started the conversation talk about my ex moving out. Teeter talk about some so I could come over. Bitch, are you homeless? Why do you want to come
like,
over? I hate
the
when
first thing out your mouth.
like so I could come over. Are you cold? Is it cold outside? Like, no, you can't come over. What the hell?
Why
Can
you
I
gonna come
go in
down?
my house?
Yeah, that was weird. It definitely gave like you need a place to stay. Like that was weird, and especially that's your first question. Okay, we be in this apartment together. What's wrong with that? Like,
Right? Exactly.
are you gonna be at the
Then
house?
then he told her like, "Oh, well, I want you to tell your ex and make it known to people that we're dating." I was like, "Hold on. Y'all are dating? I thought y'all were besties, bro." I thought y'all were besties. So what is it? What is it? And I don't like a man like that because I feel like don't pick and choose when you want to fuck with me.
Yes,
And
and
that's what I was giving.
in front of all her friends, you made it clear that like, well, we're not dating. So now you talking about some. It just seemed manipulative, messing with her head. I don't like that, but I liked her response. This was that gangster moment where she was like, "And telling him would do what for you?" The question. Because what do you need that for? What is that gonna do?
She did eat with that. She
Ate
did.
that up. Because telling him that will do what?
Right.
And then it felt like TJ was trying to have like his soap opera moment. Like very much
That's what I said. I said, is the stories on? Because the tears were just really confusing me, bro. And honestly, as a woman, I would have been turned off. I don't have a problem with a man crying. That's not what it is. But like, it's just so weird. The 180 behavior is actually giving me like something's not right up here. Like, you literally like just said I was your friend, and now you talk about, oh, I will wait for you. Like I know you worked it. I will wait for you for real. And Stacy was like,
Your impressions, man. So good.
I was just like, this is a lot. Y'all are embarrassing me in this restaurant.
I would
And
have been cringing. Okay. Like, agreed. I like a man who's in touch with his emotions and all that stuff. So I don't have a problem with crying, but it's like when you crying and we ain't even at a crying moment, like, oh my God. Like I don't have
exactly.
wow. I didn't know we were crying just yet. Okay. So very weird. Very weird, weird scene, but it gives TJ is here to make a check or get auditioned or something. TJ is on TV. That's all.
Mhm.
And I think this affirms what Giselle, in so many words, has been saying to Stacy, where like you need to just be by yourself. Like you
Mhm.
just be finding yourself. Just you don't need commitment right now. Because even though TJ is all over the place, it's just why would you want another thing to have to work on? Right? Now you got to figure out what does TJ need. But like
Mhm.
whole life is about to change.
Mhm.
You put him on the side and just focus on what you need to focus on. So woo! So then we finally Ray gives all the tea to Karen.
Mhm. Messy.
Messy. Cause this is straight gossiping. Like this ain't even play gossip. It's just like G said. And
I love when couples do it, especially because like the men be so into it. They be like, and da, 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 da. You be like, oh really?
no, I didn't know that. That's not, I love when you get a piece of tea from a man. It's like, oh, and then she said, what? It's true. Oh, um, boom. So then you want to go to Ashley's show.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this one? Okay, maybe I'm confused and stuff. This one, Kay was kind of crying a little bit, or that's a sneak peek. Maybe it's a sneak peek with her new confessional look with the red and the braid on the side. There's like some scene where she's like really crying. So maybe I'm messing myself up. Don't worry about me. Go ahead. I'm getting lost.
No, but I'm getting lost too because when did she say that Greg don't like the show?
It's a preview. It's a preview. It's next week's episode. It's next week's episode. It is because it's like it's Kay, Giselle, Karen, and maybe Ashley. And they're like talking, and she was saying like they've been arguing lately, and the hammer on the head is being a part of this group, aka being on this TV show.
Mm,
And then she started crying. So
mm.
that's in next week's episode. Sorry.
I don't know why I put it there, but
No, I
okay.
think I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, I digress.
Anyway, Karen confirms that she's pre-diabetic and she is on Ozempic. All right, great for my girl. Love that. Um,
Yeah.
then we have these funky girls. Let me just read what I wrote. I can't stand these funky ass girls thinking they slaying with these bodysuits. No class, bad body shaped. Jacqueline has nobody.
Bad body, beach blonde, butch body. Is what you're saying.
It
They
gave
have a jumpsuit on RHOP. I don't know why they love a one piece. They love a one body set. I don't know why, but this especially if they're doing anything drag show at night,
Mhm.
entertainment is a bodysuit. They are the call them the Power Rangers. That's what they are literally. They love a bodysuit on that group.
Mm,
And their fashion, as much as they make fun of Giselle for not being fashionable, as a franchise,
sucks.
yeah,
It sucks. It really does. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, it's really like the last. It's last of the last rung of the ladder.
yeah. Which one's worse, SOC or RHOP fashion?
No, RHOP fashion is pretty like bottom rung. And this is the thing, like, I don't ever look at any particular franchise and I'm like, oh yeah, these bitches be putting it on. Like, I don't think I say that about any of them, but I think when I look at RHOP, I genuinely, and this is a message to the producers, I genuinely feel like it's just looking at like women who are 5 years, 10 years my senior, wearing Instagram clothing. They wear the same. They probably order for Shein too.
Yeah.
No, no, me a Shein child. Like, it's not giving unattainable. None of them, none of their lives give unattainable. And I
No.
think like we need to get back into the writing room.
Yep. Maybe we need a new cast. Because I think when the show started, we did kind of start with upper echelon. They were trying to be. Let's at least say that. So like Charisse, when she was making the champagne room or like the wine room, whatever in her house, that seemed very like, okay, girl.
Oh yeah.
Like that was looking richy that way. And even Monique with her several homes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and having a pet bird, even I was like, all right, friend. Like so I think that was that. Even Candace can almost give not unattainable, but like she gave like generational wealth. Like
Yes, yes.
had it, and this is that generation that like came into having money and da, da, da.
Right.
So I kind of gave like pageant girl, whatever. Um, yeah,
And now we just have Instagram outfits
yeah.
and um basketball wives storylines and loving hip hop outfits and just a hot mess. It's just a mess. It's
It
just a
is
mess.
a mess. That's so unfortunate.
It is. It is. You know what's so funny? I saw this thing on TikTok. Ben Stiller watches. He watch Beverly Hills or does he watch New York? He watches one of the Housewives with his daughter. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch that." I'm like, "Don't watch Rachel, babe.
Skip that
Don't
one.
do it. It's embarrassing."
Yeah, just skip that one. You don't want to get. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
It's
Like I think that's true. If you had to recommend like somebody like, I've been hearing about Real Housewives for years now. Like I'm trying to get into it. What should I watch? Skip RHOP. Don't watch that one. It's okay.
in
Mm.
damn.
It was a good fight scene on there. Was besides that? Like that's all I'm there. You can skip it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and then they called me out at the end of the episode for what they found out, and we're just like, I mean, we know. It's just like Giselle said, we know me as a fucking liar. So it's like whatever.
She was like, "Why would you take Gordon's word over mine? Because you're a liar." It's like, yeah. Exactly. And Jacqueline also is not that bright and don't know how to stick up for her.
That's what she did. She said,
She was like, when it was the paternity test, she was like, she just found out. So she knew. Like, that's not how you defend your friend. Like, she was weird. I'm like, you're not helping her case. Like, she didn't want to tell you guys because she just found out. Like, well, Ray told us because she told him.
"Thank
So,
you, Uncle."
now what?
Yeah, I think that if anything, the producers did right this episode, it was um have the uncles meet up.
Mm-hmm.
And they should do that more.
They should. They,
Not too much, but just enough.
yes. they pushed the season along. Like they pushed this episode along and gave it something. Because without them meeting up, they wouldn't have said nothing at that drag show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what did we have? Confronting Karen about Ozempic. Okay. We didn't care, guys. Because honestly, Ozempic is like weight loss for the stars. Like it does give back to that, even though it's becoming more accessible for others. But like it was like what the girls are doing, right? Like what that group is doing. So to have her on Ozempic is like, yeah, everybody doing it. Like now,
Feel like too, like there's actual like diabetic people who are on Ozempic too. Like it's literally except like my dad is on
yeah.
Ozempic. Like he that ass has diabetes. It's in the fridge.
But
Like
like with
I could sell it.
Ozempic,
I'm just saying, like
I got that Ozempic. That's what you're trying to do. Got that Zim, got that Zim. Like, what do you want us to say with that? It's like, okay, cool.
oh gosh.
Moving right along. RHOSLC.
Ah.
Uh,
I do want to say I didn't finish getting the finish writing this sentence, but I do want to say I actually am proud of Angie K.
mm,
My girl said from a bench warming bitch to first chair, and I was like,
yes, ma'am.
"Thank you, your tens aunts."
She really did. She came into her own. I'm glad we gave her a chance.
No, we really did have to give her a chance.
We
We did.
did. We did. And it didn't look good for her last season, but she came through this season, came through strong. And I feel so good about where she's at. Mary right next to her. Love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And I will say too, like Mary is I'm gonna say 75% of the reason why I like Angie.
Yeah,
75%.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I think I like Angie too because of the text message we read on this.
Yeah, oh,
Be like,
it's crazy. That girl's crazy.
that girl, when she jumping over the table, like she really is like one of them ones. So that's what that kind of tipped it for me a little bit more. Like, oh no, like she,
You really love that.
she
You
really
really
love that. Because you know, they all the girls on these shows like storm away and do something
yeah,
dramatic. It seemed like no, Andrew really might him somebody up.
yeah,
Like
she right.
she keep looking for stuff to throw too. Like she'd be like, she done threw the champagne. I mean, champagne, not champagne. The shampoo bottles. Then she throw that at one point. Like
Yes.
that girl's a little wild. So I like her. Uh, so then we get. I can't stand no Lisa Barlow, but go ahead.
Oh God. It's literally, but it feels like it starts off with Lisa versus everyone. It
Yeah.
started off with the Whitney versus Lisa because was it Lisa who started the rumors about the whole Alibaba thing or something like that? It was one of them.
Whitney alleges that Lisa gave that information
Yes.
to blogs.
Yes. And Whitney said, like, she was about to cry. So I really do believe that this is the truth. She said that the photo is actually did I write it down? A
Yeah.
stock photo, and the jewelry isn't from Alibaba, and the website designer just needed to change it or something, and that's just what she used. I don't know. But she was about to cry, so I really do believe her.
Yeah. Well, she made a good, convincing argument, at least when she was like, do you think I would get a tattoo of something that you could just get on Alibaba? And I was like, fair. I think that would be wild to like find something and just get it tattooed. But
Mhm.
um, I think what's interesting about her whole story is like, so there's a stock photo of your jewelry. How is there a stock photo? Like who got it then? Like who took that picture? So it just feels like, girl, everybody know where people get their jewelry and stuff from that they be selling. Okay, just say I found a vendor in China. That's the truth. And I would have said something that made some other lie, like Alibaba actually stole my photo, and they did that because that would be more convincing than whatever story you came up with. Um, So
Yeah.
we get that settled. Hopefully, I don't hear that.
And then we go into the Lisa versus Angie, where it was the whole conversation about Lisa uses video games to pacify her kids or her son or whatever. And that's why when she be calling Angie, Angie don't be answering because Angie actually being a mom. That's just how I interpreted it. Whatever the case may be, this is a dumb argument. Like, I feel like it's okay to pacify your kids with video games anyway. Like, kids are annoying as fuck.
Please go take this game and go ahead. Like what?
So, if one parent want to sit in front of their kid's face, that's beautiful, great for them. I'm all for the video game kids, the iPad kids. I'm gonna actually make my kids go outside for at least 2 hours a day in the summertime as they grow up every day. Go run around.
Yeah, get some exercise. But when I need you to get out my face for just a few minutes, here you go. Here's your iPad, please.
Yep,
Kids need to be entertained so much, like all day, hours on end. They need entertainment.
they do.
I can't be that entertainment all day, baby. Sorry. You're gonna have to find an activity that don't include me, that includes sitting
Right.
down. You know what I independent child play or whatever
Like,
that's
yeah.
you
And
gotta
don't get me wrong, like I love kids. I like they make me laugh. Like I be loving to make them laugh or whatever. But it's okay. Sometimes I shoot, sometimes I need an iPad.
Exactly. Just need a
Just
little moment. I'm a little stimulated. I just need a moment. Okay. It's all right. We'll come back. So some kids just take this and go ahead for a minute.
right. Right.
Mom drama on there.
Yeah. Um, so Lisa and Angie are still not cool due to the whole situation with the finale and the circle jerks. Um, Angie K was apparently talking shit on Twitter about Lisa. Um, and oh, because what is it? They said that somebody said that Angie K looked like a backup dancer when she was actually being a backup dancer to Jen
Mhm.
Shaw,
Yeah.
her and Monica in the video. This is the second time that they brought up Monica since like last year, by the way. But
I see you, Monica, wherever you at. Hey girl. Man, they can't stop talking about you.
honestly, everything here was just dumb. I care more about the circle jerks conversation than I care about any of this other stuff. So,
I think that comes up in the next part when the husbands come out. It seems like
yeah.
there's going to be a circle jerk
Oh,
question.
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, because I'm excited. I'm excited because Brom, Todd, and I don't care about Lisa Barlow, but I love John Barlow. John Barlow and Todd, they about to get into it.
I actually am looking forward to them two getting into it, but I'm Team Todd. Cause John, shut up. Oh, and who brought that to camera? Oh, Todd is over here explaining what's going on. I don't like that. But let's see them go back and forth because that's gonna be good TV. I'm
Yeah,
tired of women yelling too. Like they just scream. Jesus Christ.
yes. And then
Oh,
we have Bronwyn's necklace.
I got a lot of feelings about this section. Go ahead, go
Me
ahead. Set
too.
it up.
Me
Set it up. Set it
too.
up. Set it
Okay,
up.
okay. So apparently there's questions about like the whole necklace, right? And if she owns it. And Bronwyn pretty much says, correct me if I'm wrong. She says that she just wanted to try it on. She just wanted to see it or whatever. And that she ended up actually purchasing a smaller version of the necklace because she felt like to purchase something like that necklace in the current economic crisis or like life, whatever, it just is like not a sound or rational decision. So she did end up purchasing something. It just wasn't that necklace.
Yep. She also got some hoops and some something else to go with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then Lisa is like, that's funny because your jeweler texted me and said you didn't buy it. And she said she's actually waiting on you to pay her for those hoops. And Bronwyn is like, wait, how you even got my jeweler's number? Like, yo, you're really a fan, bitch. You're really a fan, bitch. Because why you got my jeweler's number? And Lisa's like, bitch, she's mad at you because you ain't paying her. Why she came to me? And then it just kind of, yeah.
So this is what I feel. I feel like Bronwyn, you are a little like all over the place with your story. I'm
I
usually team Bronwyn, but your story is getting a little weird, especially on Watch What Happens Live. You also give another version of what's going on with the necklace. Either you're not got the necklace or you don't, whatever, whatever, whatever. However, comma, Lisa Barlow. The fact that you got Emma, because that's her name.
Emma, the jeweler, yeah.
The fact that you got Emma, who's not the owner, she just works there, but you got Emma about to lose her job over telling you information about what people is purchasing. And it's not even a read that we care about. And this is my feeling. Lisa, you're not convincing us that Bronwyn don't got money. Like, I
Right.
feel like trying to throw out, like, oh, she didn't even buy the necklace is your way of trying to, like, yeah, guys, like, she's not as rich as she pretends to be. We think they got it. Okay. You're not convincing us that they don't got it. Sorry. And quite frankly, to be in the room with a $4 million necklace is more money than I got.
Right. To put it on your neck and flex, even if it was for 30 minutes, like, shoot, I'm not doing that tomorrow. I gotta go
You
to work
think,
tomorrow.
you think they will let me in a room where they hold the necklace at? Like, are you so to be able to even, like you said, to even be able to touch it, to have it on, to be in the room with it, still shows like she got money, she got clout, she must have a relationship with this jeweler that they would even bring this. Like, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they don't just bring that around somebody who's not likely to make a purchase of it. Like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about? Why would we bring that out the back?
Yeah. And that was what how I felt too, honestly. I was like, at the end of the day, Lisa, like, let's be real. Todd literally made the Palm Pilot. Like, my bro is set. Bronwyn and Todd are not broke at all. And I think that's also why I was just like, this story is just so dumb. And I kind of feel like Bronwyn is not telling the whole truth. And I just feel like just tell the whole truth because at the end of the day, babe, you got money. Like it's not like you don't have to. We're not denying that you can't afford it. We know as viewers you can afford it. And we know your husband made the Palm Pilot. You have more money than Lisa Barlow does in Vita Tequila. I have never seen Vita Tequila in New York City.
Once. Not once.
Like, you don't have to go so hard with your story, babe. I would have been like, so yeah, I didn't buy it. Next. Like, that's the problem with these women either. Like, don't let nobody bully y'all. They don't be like standing up and they be like, oh, I bought a smaller version. No, I didn't buy it. I actually did give it back. Next. What's next?
What's next? I think that's to your point. They be trying to craft a whole story around it when the truth will work. Like, just be like, why would I, y'all? I'm not getting that $4 million necklace. People is starving outside. Like whatever you like, something. Yeah. It just didn't give like. I think that's why I was so desperate for Bronwyn to just tell the truth, and I'm feeling a little annoyed that the story keep changing because, like, girl, we know you got it. Okay, we know if you wanted it, it would have been bought. So all
Yeah.
you gotta do is tell us, like, I didn't really want it, y'all. Like, I felt like there was better things we could buy, so we just decided to get something else. Okay, like you said, like, no, I didn't buy it. Now what? Like, what do you? My thing with Bronwyn and Todd is like they are so wealthy that Todd buys Starbucks mugs. Like, I don't think people really really let that sink in. Like, it's fun for him to get a Starbucks mug wherever he travels. Like, it's that kind of wealth that, like, how fun. A $10 mug.
Mhm.
What? Just, it's hard to explain. It's so, like, counterintuitive or oxymoronic, but it's like to be that wealthy that something so stupid is like,
So, and yeah,
how fun.
it's given so much like the happiness hormone.
Yeah, for over that, over like, oh my God, look at this Starbucks mug I got this time. This nigga could buy Starbuckses. Like, what are you talking about? So it's just like, I didn't get that whole back and forth. And I'm like, Lisa, why did you throw Emma under the bus? Like
Yeah.
Emma, I'm waiting for Emma to come out and give
Emma,
me.
I want to know if Emma still got her job.
I hope Emma don't got a job because like Mary said, like I would never buy from her. I'm like,
Right? Because that is messy. Why would you take like I really was hoping that when she was looking for the message, there wouldn't be a message to show. Or like when she showed Andy the message, Andy would be like, this doesn't prove anything. And the fact that it did, I didn't like that.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like
That's bad business. And
that.
I love that the whole room turned on Lisa in that moment because Lisa be thinking she got something, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Now, why would Emma say that? Emma,
And
Emma
she tried
shouldn't
to
do
be
that."
like, it's not with me. It's not about me.
And when Angie was like so unprofessional, like, would Emma really do that? It was like, what the heck? Like, Lisa, this is not the read you think it is. Emma is broke now, okay? Emma ain't got no job because now the girls in Salt Lake City don't want to buy from her. Like,
Nobody want nothing to do with Emma no more. She fucked up.
she messed up when she was messing with you. And Lisa didn't even have to say the girl name. Lisa could have, like you said, how you just set up the story when you're like, she bought from the jeweler, she didn't really buy nothing, blah, blah, blah. You didn't say the name. Why Lisa couldn't do it that way? So we never know it was Poe Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know. The search bar on TikTok has been Emma from Emma Jeweler, Salt Lake City. People are trying to find her.
No, but I could have sworn they put a little clip of her in the on when they was at the place, didn't they? I'm gonna go back and look on Peacock.
Try to
I'm
find her.
gonna find you, Emma. Shoot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look for Lisa following.
you about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this thing. Lisa, when I say Lisa ran that lady up under that bus and for no reason, just no one cares. Like, okay. And it really gives like pocket watching. And I hate that.
Hmm.
We counting people's pockets and what they can't afford and can't afford. And that's just giving hater. Mind your business about their money.
Hmm.
Haters. You don't bring out nobody else's finances on that show. But because it seemed like they got more money than you, probably than the other girls, you want to call them out.
Hmm.
Giving hater. It's giving hater.
It is giving hater. It is hater.
Lisa.
And then we get into the part of the reunion where it's Lisa versus Bronwyn continued, but now we're focusing on the grandparents of Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
So, from what I understand, Bronwyn had a conversation with Lisa off camera about the grandparents. And then they had that conversation at the foot reflexology thing on camera. And I guess Lisa's really, really close friends with them, whatever the case may be. From what I understand with about this whole situation is Lisa has one version of the story. Bronwyn has another version of the story, which is normal. Like there's actually always three versions, right? Your side is side the truth. So none of this is like not new in any which way. Um, but the I guess the thing that comes up is about Lisa mentioned Bronwyn. The grandparents thought Bronwyn had a miscarriage or something like that. Which is like, why are you saying that?
Mm-mm.
Like, why are you saying that, bro? I'm team Bronwyn on this one.
Yeah. It felt a little like it felt poor taste. Like and Lisa wanted to she wanted to cry, but them tears was not coming out right at all. Like it was like always like a oh my God, there's good people on both sides. When like you only have to be on one side though. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're not gonna be on one side, then you are picking a side in this case. So it would have been better if you just sat and ate your food and didn't have nothing to do with this at all. And how I was understanding it too is that Lisa had a conversation off camera with, I can't figure out if it was with Bronwyn or with production though, when she mentioned that she knows the grandparents. And I
Mm,
thought Bronwyn was saying because Lisa had that conversation saying she knows the grandparents, she knew it was going to come out on camera. So that's why they started talking about it.
okay.
But the whole thing just gives like, again, like stuff that shouldn't be exploited for TV, I feel like
Yeah.
on in this case, like Gwen is not on the show, so
Mm-hmm.
like getting into some of this stuff is too much, I think. And again, like goes dark when I don't want to be dark with my housewives. So like I don't like it. I don't like you said the miscarriage thing. Like just feels so uncomfortable. Like I just feel like I don't want to get into that. I don't want to talk about that. I wouldn't. And then to repeat like a rumor like that,
Yeah.
you have to be responsible for repeating it. Like you could have said any litany of things
Right.
like you just said, right? It's always going to be three sides. I because I know the two of them, like I'm hearing that different versions of the truth, but this is their family matter and I'm leaving it to them to resolve. Like that's all you have to say and get out of it. Let it go. Like,
Mm-hmm.
versus like, well, let me tell you guys what the grandparents are saying.
And I think that's the thing is like Lisa is taking way too much of a side versus I think any rational person would have been either neutral because it's like, well, I do have a relationship with the grandparents and I do also have a relationship with Bronwyn, right? So a rational person would have been like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do too much. But I think Lisa's just like, nah, like I'm on the grandparent side on this one. Like I
Yeah.
know that she sees it as like these are two parents who have lost their son.
Okay.
I'm not trying to like downplay that, but like there's also a little girl here who has lost her father, who she'll never get a chance to experience her father. Like, and then a single mother who had to like raise her daughter now. Like
Yeah.
on both ends, it's bad, mama. It's bad. And I think like I don't know. I wasn't on there was no aspect of this that I was agreeing with Lisa on.
I feel like too, like losing your son would make you want your granddaughter more.
Yeah.
Like that's your last, not last thing of him, but like, this is your living, like
Uh,
this is your bloodline, like so I don't want to even get into the weeds of all the litany of reasons why, but like I don't know that even if I was friends with the grandparents, I don't like when people mistreat kids. So it's never gonna feel like I see what you're saying. I get
yeah.
why you weren't in that child's life. Like I'm never that'll never really sit well with me. Um,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't have had a cape for them as much as Lisa did. And then number two, it ain't my business. This feels like business I shouldn't even be in for real. And I
Yeah.
really shouldn't be repeating it on television.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my story to tell. That's the thing, too. Like, Lisa, it's none of your story, right?
At all.
She kept making it about her. Like, I can't win.
But
Like,
everything.
yeah, it's a lose, lose, lose. She kept saying lose, lose, lose. So I'm like, why do three people lose? What are you talking about? Like, you're not in it for real. Like, it's a lose, lose, lose. What? You're counting yourself as losing? Like, you not in it. Like, that's the part that was frustrating me. Is like you're trying to find a way to make this about you, and it's like, just get out of it. You could do that. So
She definitely overstepped. So
absolutely overstepped. Absolutely. So
yeah.
I like that Bronwyn did acknowledge though that like she didn't take into account her other friendships on the show. She kept trying to be friends with Lisa and kept trying to like Lisa, Lisa, Lisa all the time versus really saying like seeing that the other girls was trying to be cool with her. Like I
Mhm.
feel like Whitney was trying to be cool with her, Angie was trying to be cool with her, like Mary was like really digging the fashion thing. Like you could have had other friends on the show, but it was always Lisa for her.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I wish you would have let that go and try to be friends with others. Now, next season, if Whitney and Bronwyn team up to keep tormenting Lisa,
It'll be nasty. And I'm not gonna lie, like Mary got a little smoke for Lisa too. I don't know if you heard her like with some of her comments. She was like, "Oh, do you hear her? Oh God, like she can't stand Lisa right now either." So I'm here for that. I'm
Really?
here.
But you know, Mary probably don't like Lisa because of Angie. So
She
that's
don't.
enough for
Yeah.
Mary. One thing about Mary, she do like she got real mad at Angie when she was defending Brittany because of the whole loyalty thing. But I feel like Mary's loyalty is just that fierce as
Yeah.
well. So like, you know how there are some people who will be like, oh, like I don't dislike people just because my friends dislike them. I try to get to know them for myself. Mary
Yeah.
gives like, no, my friend don't like you, so I don't like you.
Yeah, and I think it's also because Angie K, knowing how who she is and how she is, I can see her forgiving Lisa after the whole circle jerks comment. And I feel like even if she was to be friends with Lisa again, I think Mary is still the type of person to be like, it's okay, I still don't fuck with her.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that would make for great TV too, because Mary is funny when she don't like somebody and gotta be around them and just be like, oh, could you like I can't stand this girl. So I'd still be okay with that, but I agree. Mary probably this will be to the end of time. She'll never be cool with Lisa again. Um,
Hmm.
so we shall see. We got two more parts of SOC to go.
Yeah, we get the husbands next week. They're gonna be upset. John, John and Todd and circle jerks and everything.
Yes.
Those are only, oh, I was gonna say, are those the only husbands? No, Seth. Seth is gonna come and he's gonna talk about Big Lots and how he has a family in Ohio. So,
Yes. And is
oh,
this when Meredith storms off? Like, I did not come here for this.
yes.
That should be interesting. That should be interesting.
Good. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. I love, I think this was the good part of the preview. Like,
Yeah. Honestly, that'll be fun to see next week. Is the husbands out there? And then after that, what else is left? I'm like, dang, y'all gonna drag it out for a third part? Because that's really it.
what else they gotta talk about? They gotta talk. Well, all right. They do have to talk about Mary. I think that's actually what's next. Is
Uh,
they talk about Mary's storyline. Did Angie have a storyline really this year? No, she really didn't have one. Heather didn't have much of a storyline. I got okay. Meredith had a bat mitzvah. They gotta bring Brittany out. They gotta bring Brittany
yes.
out.
Okay. Yeah, they do. And then they have to talk about the future of the group. I hate when Andy asks that stupid question because he be acting like that's just so riveting. Like, what do you see next for everybody? It's like, okay. Even when he be asking, did you see when he was like, what's our intention for
He's
today?
been doing that on all of the reunions because I even saw a sneak peek of the New York. And he literally said, so do you think we can start with setting some intentions for today? And I'm like, what fucking professional learning session did he learn this from? That he like,
Using
yeah,
that.
I'm gonna just use this in all of my reunions now.
Like, just get to the questions. What's next? Because that kind of stuff pissed me off so bad. Like, they not really friends. We at work. Like, let's get into it.
At work.
Let's get into it. Like, what are we hoping for the group at the end of this? Like, that I
To be
get my check.
co-workers.
That I get my check
No.
and go home. Have a
Hopefully I get a bonus. Fuck.
word. I gave y'all all I got. So, child, that is that. One that we have made it to another episode. With that being said, anything else for you?
No, I don't have anything
Nothing
else.
else for me. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for being here. We love you. We love you. Love you. See you next time. Bye.